There was homework last night. I hope you checked your answers first. If you haven't checked your homework already, please do that now and then come back, because if you were having trouble with the work yesterday, it's not good to move forward at this time. In fact, office hours from 1 to 2 every day. If you don't have your homework mastered at this point, now is a good time to talk to me. Today, we're going to take what we learned on Tuesday and we're going to take it a step further. Because that y is all by itself, you might consider solving the top equation for y, getting y equals 9 minus 2x, and then substituting into the other equation. That's a totally legitimate way to do this problem. That will get you a right answer. But we're going to stretch out that idea that we learned on Tuesday of just adding up and down. But if you look, you're going, well, adding or subtracting, I can't get those to drop out, and adding or subtracting, I can't get these to drop out. So how's that going to work? Here's the trick. I'm going to take this top line here, and again, there's that y without a coefficient. I'm going to give it a coefficient of 2. And how am I going to do that? I'm going to multiply the entire top equation by 2. And when I do that, I get 4x plus 2y equals 18. The bottom equation stays the same. And now, when I add up and down, you'll see that those are going to drop out. And that, in fact, gives us 7x equals 28. 18 plus 10 is 28, which I hope you realize we divide by 7 and we get x is 4. Now, we still got to find y. I'm going to use this top equation because it's just got a y coefficient of 1 there. 2x plus y equals 9. 2 times 4 is 8, plus y equals 9. So y is 1. So we're pretty sure the solution is 4, 1. And again, we use the top equation to get the 1, so there's really very little doubt that this is going to work. And sure enough, x is 4, y is 1. That's 8 plus 1 is 9. Let's check it in the bottom equation as well. That would be 12 minus 2. Yep, that equals 10. So not only have we written a solution, but we've actually checked it. You're ready to try one of these, aren't you? Here's one for you to try. Hit pause. I'll wait. Hey, you're back. You probably took the bottom line and multiplied by 2. That works. But let me make a suggestion for your next trial. Instead of multiplying by 2, there is a significant advantage to multiplying by negative 2. Watch this. The reality is we're better at adding than we are at subtracting. And if we multiply by negative 2, we're kind of building in our subtraction as we go. 2x times negative 2 is negative 4x. Y times negative 2 is negative 2y. And 7 times negative 2 is negative 14. Wow, I'm kind of getting bunched up here. Now, as you can see, the y's go away. The 3 and the negative 4 give us negative 1x. The 9 and the negative 14 give me negative 5. Which, if we divide by negative 1, we figure out that x is 5. And this time I'm going to use that equation. 2 times x is 10, plus y is 7. So y is negative 3. So I believe the solution is 5, negative 3. Well, let's check that with the top equation. 3 times 5 is 15. 2 times negative 3 is negative 6. 15 plus negative 6, yep, that's 9. And yes, 10 plus negative 3 does equal 7. So there's our solution. Again, the only value added in this problem was I suggested multiplying by not only to get the numbers lined up, but also to get opposite signs where you want them. Makes the whole rest of the process easier to do. How about this? There's nothing I can multiply. Well, you can 1 1/3, but yuck! Yeah, don't do that. Okay, 1 1/2, but again, yuck! The magic here is think common denominators. Either get the x coefficients the same by multiplying the top row by one number and the bottom line by another number and getting those both to be the least common multiple of 3 and 4, or do a similar to the 2 and the 3. Go ahead, I'll wait. Hey, you're back. You probably went with the y's, but I could be wrong. I'm going to take this top line, I'm going to multiply by negative 3, and the bottom line, I'm going to multiply by 2. Notice that's literally taking those two coefficients and putting them in opposite on the opposite side. The top line then becomes negative 9x minus 6y equals negative 27. And the bottom line becomes 8x plus 6y equals 28. Could have avoided negatives if I'd been a little more thoughtful there, but hey, it's easier to not think. Yes, I did just say that. If we add those together, we get negative 1x. The y's drop out just the way I expected them to. And a negative 27 and a positive 28 gives us a positive 1. Multiplying or dividing by negative 1, that tells us that x equals negative 1. A little more complicated to solve this one. I'm going to use this top line. 3x is going to become negative 3 plus 2y equals 9. So we're going to add 3 to both sides, giving us 2y is 12, or y is 6. So I believe the solution is negative 1, 6. Well, let's see. Let's take that pair, negative 1, 6, and stick it in the other equation. 4 times negative 1 is negative 4. 3 times 6 is 18. Negative 4 plus 18 does equal 14. That looks pretty good. Just to be on the safe side, 3 times negative 1, negative 3. 2 times 6 is 12. Negative 3 plus 12 does equal 9. Of course, you might have chosen to make the x's cancel instead.
I'm going to multiply this top line by negative 4 and the bottom line by positive 3. The top line then becomes negative 12x, negative 8y, and negative 36. The bottom line becomes positive 12x, positive 9y, and positive 42. Ooh, those numbers are getting big. Now, 8 plus 9 is 1y. 36, negative 36 plus 42 is positive 6.
Oh, look, y is 6. At this point, the numbers are smaller on the top one. I know what y is this time, so I'm going to write 3x. 2 times 6 is 12 equals 9. You see the way that's going to work out? Subtracting 12 from both sides, we get 3x is negative 3, which means that x is negative 1. Having already done this problem, I'm not going to check my answer. I know it works. And we just, again, came up with the same solution as before, but by making the x's go away instead of the y's. Here's your last example for the day. Find the pair. Hey, you're back. Now, the reason I picked this example, and I'm actually only going to do this problem once, because if you don't get the same answer as I do, well, then you messed up somewhere and you should figure it out on your own. I'm going to make the x's go away. Now, I'm not going to multiply the top by 6 and the bottom by 4. The least common multiple of 4 and 6 is not 24. It's 12. So I'm going to multiply the top line by negative 3 and the bottom line by 2. This gives me negative 12x, negative 15y, and negative 6. And then on the bottom line, I'm going to get positive 12x, positive 4y, and positive 28. X's drop out. Negative 15 plus 4 is negative 11y. 28 plus negative 6 is 22. Dividing both sides by negative 11, we get y is negative 2. So this becomes that 2y becomes negative 4. Adding 4, we get 6x is 18, which means that x is 3. So I'm pretty sure the solution is 3, negative 2. Well, I used the bottom equation to come up with that pair, so I'm going to check first off with the top equation. 4 times 3 is 12. 5 times negative 2 is negative 10. 12 plus negative 10 does equal 2. Looks like I got it. 18 plus negative 4 does equal 14. And I'm done. Well, I said I wasn't going to do it the other way, but just for grins, I'll do the other one.
I'm going to multiply the top line by negative 2 and the bottom line by positive 5. That takes the top line and makes it negative 8x, negative 10y, and negative 4. And the bottom line is 30x. Positive 30, not 3. Positive 10y. And 14 times 5 is 70. Whoa, I guess I was right the first time. 8 plus negative 8 plus 30 is 22x. Negative 4 plus 70 is 66. Oh, well, that worked out. Dividing by 22, we get x is 3. That looks good so far. And I'll use that bottom equation again. 6 times 3 is 18. Plus 2y is 14. Subtracting 18, we get 2y is negative 4, or y is negative 2. So that gave us the solution 3, negative 2. And because that's the same as the solution I got before, I'm not going to check it.
You have some recreational homework today. Hope you enjoy it. Bye-bye.